William Shakespeare wrote, "The world's a stage and all the men and women merely players." Born on the 30th of October 1940, the vibrant Vikram Gokhale has created waves in the Indian film and television industry on the stage and noted for his roles in Marathi and other regional films. With a craving in his heart to make a mark for himself, Vikram Gokhale has created a niche for himself as actor, social worker, director, trainer, teacher, etc. Travel with me through the journey of the one and only Vikram Gokhale, only on the Bollywood Dynasty.
मेरे बारे में कुछ कहने से पहले ये बताना चाहूँगा, वो ज़रूरी है कि 1912 और 13 में जो दादा साहब फाल्के की एक साइलेंट फिल्म बनी जिसका नाम था मोहिनी भस्मासुर, उसमें जो मोहिनी का काम किया था वो मेरी दादी है. सो शी इज़ द फर्स्ट चाइल्ड woman artist of Indian cinema. Under the direction of Dada Saheb Phalke, my Dadi acted, and the same film, my great grandmother Durga Bai, she acted as the queen. That is the historical thing which carries so much importance. आज की तारीख में इतनी सारी हीरोइंस आसानी से बॉलीवुड में आती है या दुनिया में जो फिल्में बनती है, जिस देश में प्रियंका चोपड़ा इज़ बिजी विथ हॉलीवुड, तो ये सारे जो बच्चे हैं फीमेल, उनके लिए पहला दरवाज़ा जो खुलवाया वो मेरी परदादी और मेरी दादी, इन्होंने. तो उसके लिए मुझे बड़ा फ़क्र है इन दोनों पे. मेरे पिताजी ने, उनकी करियर, बाकी कोई इलाज ही नहीं था. ही वॉज 9 एंड ही वॉज द सन ऑफ अ मदर हु वॉज अ विडो. सो ही ऑल्सो हैड टू टेक पार्ट इन द देन थिएटर. 1930 के आसपास वो थिएटर में उन्होंने काम करना शुरू किया. 1930. My father was a giant actor, but to me he was an unfortunate actor. He never could see the shining horizons as long as the glamour is concerned. Popularity, yes, but popularity pertaining to my father's career was with respect. लोग बहुत इज्जत करते थे उनकी. So was the case with my grandmother. मेरी दादी चल बसी 1998 में. I used to address her as my eldest daughter. मेरी दादी, मेरी eldest daughter. And my father, I addressed him all the time as my eldest son. मेरी परदादी 1959 या 58 में चल बसी. I don't know what sort of an actor my great grandmother was. I don't know when she stopped acting. I know when my grandmother stopped acting. That was in 1942. विश्राम बेडेकर साहब की लक्ष्मी से खेल इस नाम की एक फिल्म थी. शायद उस वक्त उन्होंने बंद किया काम. और उन्होंने नहीं बंद किया, उनके जो 3 बच्चे थे, मेरे बड़े चाचा जो कि दुनिया में मशहूर थे और आज भी उनका नाम लिया जाता है आफ्टर हिज डेथ, one of the finest tabla player of India, Lalji Gokhale. He was my eldest uncle. ये तीनों बेटे थे मेरी दादी के. पहले बेटे ये लालजी गोखले तबला नवाज, जो खां साहब अहमद जान थिरकवा खां साहब के शागिर्द थे. फिर मेरे पिताजी, हमारे वालिद साहब, ही वॉज एन एक्टर ऑफ द एक्सेलेंस, पार एक्सेलेंस. माई फादर, he was a giant actor, but he never became the glamorous actor. He was most simple man. And that's why I think the whole industry, especially Marathi theatre and film industry, respected my father very much. My father expired in 2008, 20th June. And my mother passed away before my father. She passed away in 2000, immediately after the sad demise of, I won't call sad demise, the demise of my great-grandmother. Within the next 2 years, I lost my mother, who was a housewife and who saw all ups and downs of the life of an actor. That is my father. She fought along with whatever strength she had to fight against the poverty. At the same time, when my father, he had some money, good money, at the end of his life, she was equally happy. So I respect my mother like anything. She was one of my children. I am the eldest son of my parents. I have a younger brother who was working with Middle East for some 20 years, and he came back, and now he is living in Pune and living on the interest on whatsoever he has in his career. I have a sister, the youngest child among three of us. She became widow in 1981 after 12 years of marriage with 2 kids. The elder one was a female child and the younger one was a boy. That younger boy, now, मेरा nephew, भांजा मेरा, he is the youngest group captain, as per my knowledge. He is the youngest group captain of Indian Air Force now, and he teaches the battle on Sukhoi 30 in the Indian skies to young generation of pilots. I was selected in short service commissions in 1963, immediately after the aggression, Chinese aggression. I was doing college, and I passed out in PSB, I passed out in SSB at Bangalore. Something happened and I couldn't enter into forces. Otherwise, perhaps I would have been a really great person, a retired personality from Indian Air Force, which I'm not. But then all of a sudden, because we were needing money, I felt that it's my duty now, being the eldest son, to assist my father. So I took decision of serving somewhere. So I started working in corporate sector. I forgot the name of the company, Vulcan Level, a Swedish company. And I joined on Monday, And I immediately, within next 7 days, I realized that this is not my job, this is not my chair. And I should not occupy this chair if I can't give the justice to that post. I was just a clerk. My basic was some 135 rupees. So, with due respect to personal manager, Mr. Shahani, I remember his name. I don't know whether he is alive or not now. I told him that I am giving up. So on Monday I joined Vulcan Lava. On Saturday I resigned from my job. And on the same evening after I came home, a dramatist, writer, director, producer, actor, Mr. Bal Kolhatkar, the king of the then professional theatre, commercial theatre in Marathi, he had come to our place and he asked my father, after watching me coming home from duty, and he was just watching me, and he asked my father when I went to take bath, he said, will he act? So my father said, you ask him. So he asked me. I said, give me half an hour's time. And I came out after half an hour and I asked him, how much money you are going to pay me per month? He said, पगार पे रहो तुम, तनख्वाह देता हूँ. मैंने कहा तनख्वाह वाली बात छोड़िए, ये तनख्वाह वाली छोड़ के मैं अभी आया हूँ. You tell me. And he said, okay, I will give you 30 rupees for one show. I said, okay, how many shows you will give me per month? He said, almost 25. मैंने कहा ठीक. And I entered into this industry. And I spent my valuable 5 years in that company. I did some very monotonous and melodramatic plays of Mr. Kolhatkar. He was nice to me because I was the son of his friend. He was nice to me. But I realized one thing, that I'm earning money, but I'm not able to learn anything from anyone in the company, from the group of actors pertaining to that company. So within next 5 years, I just said, I quit. And I did it. Then I joined somebody else's company. I got some other plays, got my night increased, got some cognizance being taken by audiences. Some different, because in that company, the producer of the company, play, owner of the company, producer of the play, writer of the play, actor of the play, main character player, he was one, Mr. Bal Kolhatkar. So it was not possible for me to have any chance of, see any shining horizons. So I gave up. And I just came out as a freelancer. And then I started my career in theatre. At the same time, Marathi films also started looking at me as one of the young men around. Honestly speaking, when I think about my career in the then Marathi films, I never liked myself. I never liked the way the films were being made. I never liked the ability of directors who directed those films, old Marathi films. I never liked writers, but I was helpless. They always say beggars have no choice. So I just went on accepting things. The total acceptance is a very wonderful thing. That also teaches you so many things. Total acceptance. But you start thinking about it, what to do next and how to do next. Gradually, I got out of that also, and I met Dr. Vijaya Mehta. Recently, she had returned from England. Vijaya Mehta is a name in Indian theatre. I don't say Marathi theatre. In those days, she was having seminars for young generation of budding actors coming from all corners of Maharashtra. And I happened to listen to her. I didn't attend her lecture, not even a single lecture I attended. But I happened to listen to what she's saying, and I was alert, and I kept myself away, but hidden, and I kept listening to her for 2 hours, nearly standing there out of the classroom. And I returned home thinking that I must start thinking and learning and studying the way she is telling. And all of a sudden, when I was doing the then professional theatre, I don't call it a commercial theatre, while doing professional theatre in those days, I accidentally received an invitation from Dr. Vijaya Mehta. It was in 1973 or 2, I don't remember exact year. And I witnessed her, how she understands the script, how she makes understand her actors to understand the script, how she makes actors understand her as the director, and how she makes them understand what she wants. I'm so happy that I'm her disciple. I picked up all these qualities, and I'm very much proud of that, what I got from her. I got so many things from so many big people without their teaching me directly, but I understood how people are at work. And thus I came into contact with Dr. Vijaya Mehta, and then I kept learning what is Vijaya Mehta for the last 42 long years. So 42 long years is not a small amount of time. Then I did a couple of plays more with Vijaya Mehta, and I was very happy to do all these exercises when she was teaching us, not actually practically asking us to sit down and take the notes and saying this is the way you have to do. She was just directing us, and I, actor like me who learned while she was directing me. I learned so many things. I learned how she is preparing for her own roles, how she is understanding the actors she is working with, and all these things, they help me a lot in my life. And there are so many actors and actresses of young generation, and they respect me. Some call me Baba, some call me Dada, some call me VG. VG is contemporary people, they address me as VG. So this is what I am now writing, pages after pages. Not every day. I am not a patient writer to sit down and write 50 pages in a day. No. I try to write 1 page in the morning, 1 page at the end of the day. But I try to see that it must carry something very important for the next generation of actors, directors, everybody who is connected with this media. So this is how I am made. I am born in 1945. I am not born in independence. But I have been watching the changes the social changes, the political changes, party politics, and changes to extreme extent in mentality of the mobs. Even the media also had changed to a very large extent. So many things changed in the last 55 years, so many things. And I have been taking the cognizance of all these things and I am writing about it. It is not an autobiography at all, because I don't believe in autobiography or that type of writing. But I expect every actor who wants to write something about him has to have something to say to the next generation. मैंने इतनी फिल्मों में काम किया, इतने थिएटर में इतनी प्रोडक्शंस की और इतने पैसे कमाए, इतनी गाड़ियाँ खरीदी, इतनी औरतों के साथ मेरे रिश्ते रहे, ये तो कोई बताता नहीं है. Unfortunately, society wants to see लफड़ा क्या है. This is very funny. People also must know कि ये आदमी कहाँ था और कहाँ है और कैसे कैसे गया, इसके पीछे क्या 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 हुआ. जैसे कि मैं कहता हूँ, as long as the finance is concerned, मैंने सुबह अगर खाना खाया तो शाम को मुझे खाना या कल सुबह मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, ऐसा मेरा बचपन मैंने गुजारा है. And I don't blame upon my parents at all. That was a part of my life and I'm proud of it. My poverty taught me how to be tough. And I think it's a big guru. Poverty, some bad patches in your life, they are your very big teachers. If you don't understand and if you don't take the lessons from those bad days, you are nowhere. So this is how I am made. As I told you, had I not been in the industry of entertainment, I would have been a retired very big man in Indian Air Force now. एक तो बात अच्छी है कि मेरा सगा भांजा, इकलौता भांजा, he is training the young generation of pilots of India, the combat on Sukhoi 30 in Indian skies, the youngest group captain of Indian Air Force as per my knowledge. So I am happy about him. वो बड़ा अच्छा किस्सा है. ये मेरा भांजा 12th में था and he passed out with very good marks, some 89%, Ferguson College, Pune. And कहीं एक मई महीने में कहीं मैं जब छुट्टियां होती है, कॉलेज का अगला साल आने वाला है, तब वो बैठते हैं, मौज मजा करते हैं बच्चे. तो ऐसे ही मैं बहन से मिलने गया था, तो मैंने उससे पूछा क्या कर रहे हो. वो इतना बड़ा किताब लेके बैठा था सुबह सुबह. मैंने कहा अभी कॉलेज नहीं है क्या, कॉलेज हो गया, तुम्हारे 12th हो गया, 89%, अभी आगे क्या सोचना है, वेयर यू वांट टू गो, विच ब्रांच, इंजीनियर और डॉक्टर और वॉट एवर. ही सेड नो नो नो. तो मैंने कहा ये क्या पढ़ रहे हो. तो बोला कि ये एनडीए का है. तो मैंने कहा एनडीए क्या करने वाले हो. तो उसने कहा कि मैं पायलट बनने की सोच रहा हूँ. तो मैं हंस पड़ा. मैंने ठीक है, ऑल द बेस्ट. 2 महीनों के बाद फिर से मुझे मिला, फिर से हाथ में किताब थी. मैंने कहा क्या हुआ पायलट. तो बोला नहीं मैं फेल हो गया. माई फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट आई फेल बट आई न्यू व्हाट इट इज. मैं दोबारा अभी कोशिश कर रहा, और इस वक्त अगर मैं पास नहीं हुआ तो कौन पास होता है मुझे देखना है. Those were his words. उसने मुझे सिर्फ बोला कि जाओ मत, मुझे बात बताओ मामा, अगर इस वक्त मैं पास हो गया तो मुझे क्या दोगे तुम. तो मैंने कहा तुम एयरक्राफ्ट छोड़ के कुछ भी मांगो. तो बोला नहीं मुझे, मैं चाहूँ वो मोटरसाइकिल चाहिए. मैंने कहा दे दी. 2 महीनों के बाद वो सेकंड टाइम व्हेन ही अपीयर्ड, 2 महीने के बाद एक दफ़े उसका फ़ोन आया मुझे, मामा कहाँ हो? पूना में, बम्बई में। मैंने कहा मैं पूना में हूँ। कहाँ हो? मैंने कहा मैं बाल गंधर्व रंग मंदिर जो पूना में है वहाँ हूँ। आई एम कमिंग देयर इन नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट्स। वो आ गया उधर, हाथ में वो रिजल्ट लेके। पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जो 200 लोग आए थे उसमें मैं 5वां हूँ। आई गॉट थ्रू। आई वॉज सो प्राउड, आई वॉज सो हैप्पी फॉर द चाइल्ड। सो ही सेड वेयर इज माई मोटरसाइकिल। तो उसको मैंने हाथ पकड़ के ले लिया। 5 मिनट में सामने मोटरसाइकिल की ये शोरूम थी। विद इन 5 मिनट्स आई गेव हिम द ब्रांड न्यू मोटरसाइकिल फ्रॉम शोरूम। अभी भी आज इतने सालों के बाद, अभी तो 18-20 साल हो गए उसको एयरफोर्स में, वो मोटरसाइकिल उसने अभी भी रखी है। तो ये होता है, ये जिद चाहिए। Everyone needs this power, the faith in himself, herself.